Next up in the Reservoir rebuild project, I thought this might be a nice opening shot. I am in front of the Reservoir Community Center here. Now, this building right here was built sometime in the mid-1930s, I believe. Might have been done by the CCC. You'll have to look that up. Anyway, it's been totally rebuilt. All new roof and a much larger building added onto it over here just this past summer. And we got lots of big sidewalks and handicap parking and all that kind of good stuff. And we got basketball courts and tennis courts over here that people are using. And isn't that a good thing to see? This is not going to waste. And I am liking that American flag right there. So anyway, right beside that, we have, well, there's a parking lot, of course, and then there are big machines. There is a fence right over here, and we can see lots of big machines parked. Now, around the corner here, this is where the community pool is with, can you see it way off in the distance there? An awesome spiral water slide that goes down into the water, and a pool house and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not sure what this building here does, but then fabulous retaining walls. Good golly, every last bit of this stuff is shiny, bright, and looking brand new. We got some nice benches where you can have your lunch, bollards, a very nice place to stash your trash, and it's not out of sight. And across the street here, there is a church that, well, it has a nice congregation going on. We're happy about that. And then there's some houses over that way. And they've managed to keep this site despite all this work going on right here. Everything immediately beside it is tidy, clean. Ooh, can we see through the screen here? Webbing. They got bunches of stuff. I don't know if that shows or not. I can see it with my eye. But then we come around the corner. We are now on, where am I? Hillside Terrace, I think I am. And we can see big machines, big steel plates for reinforcing holes when they're dug, dunnage, lots of dunnage, stakes, surveyor stakes, silt fence, a big, nice compaction machine, and we have some pretty hefty limestone keeping this driveway in good condition. No ruts, no, it's looking good all the way up there. And we have a mountain of dirt. Oh golly. And beyond the mountain of dirt, well, way off in the distance, you can still see the roof of the Cyberling School across Britain Road there. And bunches of big machines parked here that have been doing excavating all along here. And there is no sidewalk here. And I don't know if there ever was, but well, so I'm walking through the street, and there is this really beautiful church building here across the street. I don't know what year that was built. It's been, it's well, it's a landmark in the neighborhood. And then we have back over here job trailers. I think this is where I kind of started out when I made my first video about this whole reservoir thing. Is I start about this corner here, and again the driveway, they've made great efforts to keep this tidy. The street is clean with whatever machines, trucks, whatever drives through here. These guys have made every effort to keep the place tidy. They're not messy. We got these kind of tubes here to keep stuff from going into the yeah, and all kinds of flags and lots of big trailers. And boy, there goes a nice old Corvette, out for a Sunday drive, and a guy in his big SU, or not, big 4x4. I just don't see the need for everyone driving those big 4x4s, but so many people don't need them and drive them anyway. Anyway, we're up here. Off in the distance, we can see the water tower up there. There it is. I think I showed that in the first video. And we have a mountain of dirt here that, from where I'm standing here, that's got to be at least 60 feet tall. I don't know. Let's walk up here and see what we can see. And wow, all through here, this is all a very nicely gravel paved parking space, staging space, whatever it's needed for. They got that all ready to go. And let's keep walking. This is a trailer that just a couple months ago was the only one that they kept heated, because I guess some stuff had to be kept heated. And we got the safety ladder and stuff back there, and extra barriers and signs and stuff. And there's a water tower, and there's that tower again. And boy, well, there is this one shot that I just got to get before I close out this video. So we're just going to go just a bit further here. And as I walk along, what a beautiful day it is. We got all these flags just marking where every single utility might happen to be, so that if any digging may occur, oh boy, we're not going to hit it. And there is also a dandelion. That's nice. Sign of spring on its way. The grass is nice and green. What a beautiful day. I'm very much enjoying this walk. And as we go along, we're coming up to the corner of busy Britain and Newton. I'm walking along Newton Street right now. And Reservoir is right there. And there's like, 3-foot hump just up to that silt fence before we even start into the fence and all that. And again, all these flags everywhere for utilities. Oh golly. Hydrant, of course. Very few leaves left. The city has done very well at cleaning up the leaves. I'll give those guys credit. And as I'm walking along here, I got a pile of dirt way higher than I am. It's that's got to be 12 feet above my head or more. I'm not sure, but we're just about there now, and here's about the worst of the leaves left around this site. And we're going to climb up the hill here and look at this hole. And what a sight. Way in the distance you can see that church I was talking about. And we have a mammoth hole. Now let's go back to this focus and just stay with that. There we are. That's got to be, bottom of that's got to be somewhere like 60 feet below the top of all this stockpiled stuff. I don't know. I'm guessing estimates. But there's the big machines parked off in the distance. And as I was saying, I am very impressed with how incredibly clean these guys have, despite what's going on in there. This mammoth project, everything around it is just about as clean as you could ask. Enough said.